Hello everybody, welcome back to Solocraft and the channel. I am playing in simple with you here once again in our shiny armor and our little episode wall behind us. Now I didn't get a lot of comments last time on what we wanted for the trophy for today, so I went ahead and just used a stair. Figured that was a nice little kind of decoration piece. If you want to see the video on when we built all of this and you're just tuning in here, go ahead and start from episode 1. We're only starting episode 5 today. You can catch up pretty quick. They're about 20 minutes apiece. Our ideas wall is also growing, but I don't want to give too much away there just because I do have a lot of ideas I want to touch on today. And of course I would start recording when it's getting nighttime. But last time we went ahead and took care of decorating our mineshaft front, our little fish farm. Again, if you want to see that, go check out the previous episodes. Let me go ahead and sleep before a bunch of monsters start showing up. But what is the plan for today? The plan for today, what we are going to be doing, is actually starting on some of the town design. So I just took out a tree here, some random floating leaves. But first things first, we are going to go ahead and do some just kind of measurements, laying out, do a lot of clearing today. I don't know if we're going to get much as far as the building goes, but I'm going to be discussing a lot with you guys too. So, me with my trusty axe in hand here. Where did the axe go? It just kind of sits below me there. Me with my trusty axe here, I'm going to knock out some of these trees. I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming, and you all are going to see that in a third-person time-lapse. Alright, so I have our little starting house over there. We've cleared out a lot of the trees just in the center area. I do need to do a lot of terraforming, but I don't really want to touch on that too much until I figure out sort of a plan. So let me eat some steak here. And I believe I mentioned this in episode probably 1 or 2, but I do love using the terrain around me as kind of my basis for building, and this is going to be our giant statue eventually. Maybe I mentioned that, maybe I didn't, maybe you guys are just finding out about that now. But this is basically going to be a giant avatar of either me or the entity of the world, let's say. So some sort of balance between good and evil, a whole yin-yang guy, something like that. So I want this to be basically you spawn, and since I'm on a server I can kind of change some of the settings here, but you'll spawn somewhere over here so you're looking straight at him, and then as you're coming through the path, which creeper holes, awesome, the path is going to run kind of around him or through him and come straight this way. So I do want the road to be coming down here and then having probably a town square somewhere right where this giant thing is. Then that side, since there's already some lava flows and everything, I'm probably going to have that as the evil castle lair style area, and then that way is going to be the good castle with kind of white and... Wow, do you guys see the white lines going through the clouds there? Maybe it's just on my screen. I don't know. That's kind of trippy. It's kind of cool though. Anyway, bad castle over there. Good castle over there. I do need to make a lot of measurements, kind of get some of the layout basics done. I do want to plan out where our little town square is going to go today at least, and figure out kind of a basic outline of some of the roads, terraforming down a little bit, filling in a lot of these little water hole areas. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of that. Told you guys some of my plans here, and I will be right back. And of course, in the middle of measurements, just trying to figure out where I want my center to be. 3 little chickens right on top of the most inaccessible area, and we're not letting them go. We are not letting them go. 1 more, 2 more, and 3 more for the counter. Haha! Oh my god, they're everywhere. everywhere. You get to live another day, because I'm too lazy to climb up there. Okay, so I think I have kind of a basic concept down of where I want the main road leading into the place to go. Of course, we're going to start up here. Now, I'm actually thinking of making this kind of one leg, separate leg, and right in the middle is going to be the whole body here. But following the sand, I did a couple of things I've been debating back and forth for which way I want this to go, because at first I just wanted it to go straight in. Because I feel very kind of technical with my building, I would say. So instead, just because of other factors, which I'll get to here in a moment, I had this curve to the right. We're going to do some terraforming here to bring all this straight down, and then the town center is going to be right where that little pillar is. So that means I have about, let me just see here, about 110 blocks over until the wall that's just outside of the render distance right now. So that wall over there, it's about 110 blocks over to the center, and then same thing where you see that little mountain in the distance there, about 110 blocks to there. So I figured that would give us just enough space to kind of work with, throw in a few buildings, throw in a few shops, and of course we're building up in this season as well. So we don't have to worry too much about just lengthwise of what we got. We're also going to build on top of these mountains, build some bridges, make everything pretty. Now the reason why I kept it a little bit smaller too is just because once you get over here to more where one of the castles are going to go, it just starts running out of cool mountains. It gets a lot shorter. There's not as many cool kind of projected mountaintops and everything, so there's going to be a lot of terraforming in that aspect. I do need to take out this center portion, but also keeping things in kind of a realistic perspective. If I tried to build this thing much bigger, this is already going to take a long time to get through this series with how little time I have actually to play. And then just enough time and space to actually make everything look kind of decent within the next few months coming up, and hopefully I can get a lot of projects done for you guys. But the next project here, since we are doing an evil and good theme, or good and evil theme, whichever one you want to call it, I do want to get a basic idea for a town square sort of laid out. Now my idea is to actually have kind of a large yin-yang style build in the center of the village to sort of represent the good and evil. Very cliche, I know, but I like it. I like the idea. Especially because we are going to have kind of good builds sort of spotted, hidden inside of the evil builds, and then same thing with the good side. Now, I would consider this a good build. Very green, very bright, so it's probably going to end up being destroyed, but the fish farm, did I just ruin that? Yes, I just ruined that. The fish farm is also kind of bright and clear, and you got water running, and it's just, it feels clean and nice. So I consider that kind of a hidden good inside the evil side of the town. But before I rabble on too much, let me go ahead, do a few design choices. We might not actually get to building it today, but let's see what I got. So we are here in my testing world, and I've thrown together one or two designs. As you can see, all of my other stuff here in the background. This one I put together first. It was only a 9 wide circle. It just didn't feel large or grand enough for a town center. So then I built this 21 wide, and I like this a lot better. It feels just big enough that when you enter, you can kind of decide on where you want to go. Head over to the evil side, head over to the good side, have yourself a good time on either, because who knows. But that is going to be just the very basic design, and we're going to implement that later. I still have a lot of terraforming to do, so let's go ahead and jump back on the Solocraft world and get some of that done. Alright, so I put in just some of the very basic posts of where the corners of this thing are going to go. This is actually the largest portion in here, so yeah, interesting. Not largest portion. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, we need to get some terraforming done, and I was kind of debating on taking out this center pillar or not, but I definitely am, because when you are in the center of here, I want you to have a perfect view of both the evil castle and the good castle. I'm going to increase render distance here in the future once I can afford to buy some more some more memory space for the server itself. But let's go ahead and get crack-a-lackin' on this thing. I'm also going to kind of tear some of this hill down a little bit, get it nice and even, sort of running through. But that's going to be another third-person time-lapse because I'm not going to bore you guys with the whole thing. Oh, and cue the music. And that is enough for now. That took a little while because, of course, I don't have a beacon, even with efficiency 5. Yeah, it feels like a slow process just sticking through one of those, but I'm glad it's done. It opened up the place a little bit more. I do still want to take that hill down a little bit, but I am also debating on just raising this entire area slightly. Just kind of bring it up a little bit more, even have this a little sunken down. That'll be fine. Yeah. So now that we have finished that, I do want to get a little bit more terraforming done for the place in general. I am going to fill in these lakes and stuff like that, possibly figure out a few things I want to do, light up some of these darker areas to get rid of spawns. And then I'll give you guys a status update. Sweet. Okay, so I have, as you might be able to tell, raised almost this entire area up by about 2 or 3 blocks, just getting it a little bit higher, and I love that I did that because now it feels a little bit better overall. And I kind of like how the dark area is going to kind of sink down and then come up to the castle, as well as the light area just kind of slowly raises up until you get over to where the castle is going to be over there. And those are ghost blocks. Anyway, I have already also taken down a little bit more of this. Let me pick up this dirt because it has been extremely valuable today. Okay, so I've taken down a little bit more of this, and you might have seen that I built a tiny little hill structure over here for where our path's going to go. Now, I am going to be editing this a little bit more in the future, and I took down this a little bit here. Now, what I need to get next for the episode itself, I am actually not positive. What do I need to do? So we've actually done a decent amount today. We have done a lot of terraforming, a lot of kind of knocking down things. We've sort of measured out our circle. I think that's what we'll do next. Yep, I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and actually build the circular portion of the center of our entire area. So the town square, let's say. And then we're going to take a look at what it looks like. Okay, so if I have this correct in my head, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. I'm building this on the wrong level, aren't I? Yes, I am. Anyway, for the time being, I'm using coal blocks and quartz blocks. And this should be the one that I need. Okay, yes. So coal blocks and quartz blocks to build this whole thing here. Just because that's what was in the testing world itself, and it looked kind of pretty, and it works for now. Now, I'm going to be changing it up in the future. I'm not going to build the entire circle today, I don't think. Maybe? 2, 2, 2, 2. I should be bringing this up 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and center. Cool. All right. So let me go ahead and get the rest of this in here. And while I'm working on this, I do want you guys to leave in the comment below. This has definitely been kind of a terraforming episode. So what should the trophy be, once again, just like every other episode, and what would you like to see used as materials for the dark side and the light side? 2, 3. And what I'm thinking so far, I have kind of a palette set up in my testing world, but I'm not 100% on it. So we'll kind of see how that goes from time to time. Let me go ahead and remeasure this out actually, because it doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so I have 3, 3. Why did I do 3 here? So 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Stop it. 2, 1, 2. Why is this wrong? What did I do? This is the center, right? 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh, 2, 1, 2, and 3. I'm a dummy. I can't measure, I can't apparently talk and build at the same time. So let me go ahead and get the other half of this circle in. Again, just leave down in the comments below what you think the trophy for this episode would be. What kind of building styles, either tell me like a culture, something along those lines that I should use for the good and evil side, and the building materials that you would like to see, so that I can go ahead and use those. And I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Let me go ahead and get this side in, and I'll be back because I can't talk and build. Okay. Alright, sweet. So I did a little bit more of the circle than I said I was gonna do beforehand. It's okay though. I really love how this is turning out. Now the one thing I do want to change eventually, I'm gonna have to bring this hill back a little bit so that when you're coming down from the main entrance you get a nice view of the town center square, and I want to make sure that your sight lines are beautiful each way. Beautiful as far as the dark side, probably not, but the light side, maybe. Dark versus light, good versus evil, all of that kind of stuff we're doing during the season. So, one thing is the coal and the nether quartz, or the quartz blocks. I feel like I should mix them up, maybe add in a little bit of the nether brick, maybe some obsidian, kind of just break it up a little bit so it's not quite so clean. Same thing with the nether quartz side, even though the light side is going to be a very clean build. I feel like it just needs a little bit of texture difference. So changing it up a little bit, putting in a few other types of blocks. This is the center block right here, by the way. Just making it a little bit different. But I am actually out of the resources completely for both of these sides. So, I love how you can see both sides right from here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and collect up a few more things. The one thing that we are going to get finished today is this center. I am running out of time in the day, though, so I may actually have to finish recording this tomorrow. Yeah. So, let me grab those. And I'll be back. And putting in the last few blocks here. Alright. So if I remember correctly, we will go from here straight to, should be this one. Put you there. And same thing over here. The middle block to the middle block. Should be, seems about right. Alright. Now, those are a little small, so I'm going to bring it a little bit bigger. Bring that one up. Yeah, I brought that one up. Alright. Boom. So it is nighttime here. So let's go ahead and throw a torch down in the center. Let's take a look at what this thing actually looks like from a little bit of an angle. And boom. Oh, that is beautiful. I am actually extremely happy with how that turned out. Okay. So, unfortunately, that is about all the time that I have for today and for this episode. So, that's probably going to be the screenshot right there. Let's go ahead and just take that. Again, that's unfortunately about all the time that I have, everybody. So again, leave me a comment down below with what trophy you would like to see. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If it's your first time here, subscribe. You might learn things that you didn't know before, and or you might enjoy yourself, who knows. Again, feel free to visit my shop and everything like that, but I am plain and simple. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all your support, even if it's your first time watching. And I will see you next time. Yin yang! Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like it, click below. You can also subscribe to my channel to keep up with my creative art and gaming. Now, you can find me at a lot of other places, but if you like what I do and you want to help support me, come check me out over on Patreon or even my shop where you can buy some things for yourself. I'm plain and simple, and I'll see you all in the next video.